It's Monday, December 19th, 2022. I'm in this. Um Now I on Wednesday is my son's ugly sweater day. Um so he needed a sweater, so he asked my mom, and my mom allowed me to go over to Fresh Meadows to KOHLs, which is spelled KOHLs. And as I was going into the parking lot, which I don't go over there very often, there was a small sign and it caught my eye. It said Fresh Meadows, and at the bottom it said Federal Realty Investment Trust. And I'm like, hmm, that's interesting. And there's not only the retail shopping center, but there's a bunch of surrounding what looks like residence, but like apartment building residence. I don't know if these are the voucher, um, but I don't really know how one gets a voucher. So I'm thinking on this. I take him into the store. I'm looking around at what's working there. I'm looking around what's shopping there. I notice how he and I look so out of place while we're there. I'm just making a mental note of it. I'm not, whatever, making a big deal out of it. There's nothing, nobody to speak to. The video surveillance camera in the store shows what's shopping and what's whatever there. This is the one at 188, 88th Street in Fresh Meadows. Then we make our purchase, we leave, and I'm driving home, and I see a few churches or buildings that look like they were churches at some point. One of the buildings has a United States of America flag out front, and then at the exact same height, not even a differential, it has three colors in stripes going horizontally. And I don't know how to discern what that represents at all. I've seen a couple of different variations of this particular color band, but the fact that they are flying in front of a church and the United States of America flag is not flying higher than I'm like, I don't think, I said to my son, I'm like, I don't think that's regulation. I'm like, and I have no idea. Like, the American flag is always to fly higher than any other possibility of allowance. I thought that that was, again, I don't have anybody to double check that with, but that's what makes common sense. So I'm like, hmm. So that frightened me. And again, there was writing on the side of the church I couldn't read. It says the word church inside of its whatever. It was across the street from some Union reference to St. Francis College. Again, it's not St. Francis Prep, but it says St. Francis College. And I'm like, all of these pieces are just not adding up properly. I mean, they're just not. And I don't know what's going on. I have no contacts. I don't even know where to check on this stuff. And like, I even wrote on my Facebook about somebody had sent me a photo that they had taken in 2013 when I was at something called Daryl Davis, which was FSBO. Um, and I was just sitting in the crowd, and I was in a two-piece suit, and it was like an educational and business development kind of um, like one day event or conference of some sort that I went to. I don't really know the definitions of the words in um like HR in like dad's office somewhere serious. Um so so that picture came up today, which I reposted on my Facebook page, and I'm like, that's 2013. That's what my real estate looked like in the sector that goes by call signs of MLS, NAR. At one point there was GRI, there was CDPE, there's LIBOR, LIBOR, but those were local call signs for the real estate industry, not really knowing what or how that might be confusing, um, or under an umbrella of protection of something else. I'm not quite sure, um, depending on how it's looked at, and by whom. So I put that photo back up and I said, and at that point, because Linda and I had this conversation, I'm like, just so we're clear, I said, before 2015, I packed the bags of 1975 and threw them out on the front lawn without a shadow of a doubt. I said, leave and don't ever come back. I don't ever want to see you again. And it happened more than once, for which then they turned on me, which is not acceptable. But I made it so clear so many times. I also told my business partner, um, that I was not happy and I didn't know how to get him out of the house. Um, but again, it's like, and then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't have financial freedom. Like, where is this pathway to freedom that they say, like, you're born here, there's this freedom, there's this, like, you go to school and then you follow this social path, right? I went to the school. I mean, again, I had an adjudicator at my school. I don't know, like, if that, I don't think that's normal. But again, it is whatever it was, because Nikki is whoever Nikki is, and I was supposed to get from Nicole to Nikki, and I don't know what the holdup was. Still don't know what the holdup is in like a hand to hold. Um, so there's that. But I just found that interesting today, because in my real estate career, even, it was single family homes. There was something that in the mortgage industry, they refer to as Federal Housing Authority, but that was for mortgages and loans to specially qualified individuals. They didn't really teach anything more than that. Um, So I don't, again, but what was really concerning was the amount of just feeling in Fresh Meadows, which is right on the border of Bayside, feeling like I was in a completely different bazaar. Like, I don't even feel like I'm in like my grandmother's homeland. I feel like I'm in some foreign nation at the moment, and I don't know what happened, how that happened, and what that means. Um, especially for this pathway to freedom thing, like why it never happened. So there's that. And then to be leaving and to see these, it looked like the color royal blue, yellow, and red in horizontal stripes, but without an emblem or without an insignia on it. And again, I don't know if it's a copycat that they fly. Again, research and development, I don't know, but it's definitely the United States of America flag that was flying, and they were at the same height. I have no idea where to report that. So I'm just using my only channel that I have that everything's been on. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxies, broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.